Welcome back to Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. My name is Josh Lopez. I have my good friend Al Connickson on the show here today, and he's dropping some knowledge and different techniques and strategies on different income strategies with the markets, whether they go up or if they go down. And we're seeing great opportunities as it goes down, and it's just basing your decisions off a price chart, not time, a price chart within, which is actual price action. And that's what we talk about in these investing classes. We can show you how that's done. We have these investing classes here locally where we dive into the techniques and strategies, how to make smart investing decisions or trading decisions so you can have hopefully better choices moving forward. Text the word investing to the number 210 for 2 seats. When you do that, you're going to get a text right back. It'll say Investing and Trading Live and a link with our registration page so you can pick a date that works best for you. We have these during the day and the evening. We also have them on the weekend. Al teaches these. I teach these as well. And we have a great time in introducing these new strategies. Well, not new strategies, I guess different strategies to regular people, whether you're brand new to the markets, don't know a stock from a stick, or if you've been trading for 20, 30 years and looking to get better returns or just more consistency, strategies that are designed for that. So in that last segment, we talked more about kind of an income strategy by using leverage assets. And in this segment here, I want to do something we're never supposed to talk about. We're never supposed to talk about our money, right? Money is a bad thing. And I want to talk about strategies that are designed to take $1 and turn it into 2, especially in your retirement accounts. Because Al, I think we have a lot of people listening right now that really have good size retirement accounts. And they just don't think they're going to have enough because it's getting more expensive to live these days. So they're trying to plan and think about, hopefully they're not doing this. Well, how do we spend less, honey? How do we do less of this? How do we travel less or whatever that may be? Not do less. How do you actually do this now to have the opportunity to have more at that time and be able to retire comfortably? And I think that's what a lot of people want. I was actually meeting with a good friend this week, and he just kept saying, I want to make sure I am comfortable during retirement. I don't want to have to do less. And that's what it's all about is having that comfort in your life in those golden years. So Al, with the strategies that are designed to take $1 into 2, or maybe somebody has a retirement account and they have $150,000 and they want to be able to take it to $350,000 or $750,000. There's strategies that are applied that the big banks are using. These strategies are available to us. So what are some good strategies that the big banks are using that are available to us in our retirement accounts?
Well, I think a way to start there, Josh, is to say, why aren't you able to get the kind of returns that Josh mentioned? If you have a 401k, a typical 401k or 403b, your returns aren't going to let you get there for a couple of reasons. Number one, you have money being taken out of those accounts on a regular basis. Those are fees that you're paying.
That 4-letter F word.
That 4-letter F word. The fees can have a huge impact on what you could have ended up with. And what are you paying those fees for? How much advice are you actually getting from your plan sponsor? In most cases, it's zero. But the 401ks were never intended to be the go-to retirement plan. They were really developed as more of a tax haven or tax shelter for highly paid executives in addition to their pensions. But when companies found that they could just turn over the responsibility for the returns for the performance of those to the employer and the employee, they jumped at it, and that's what they've done. The 401k and most of the plans that Wall Street has put together for people was really based on what was happening back in the 80s when 401ks came into existence. At that time, the highest tax bracket was around 70%. And people forget that at one point in time in this country, it was about 94%. One of the selling features of the 401k is that when you retire, you'll be in a lower tax bracket, so all the money that comes out of your 401k, 403b, or traditional IRA is taxed at your ordinary income tax rate at that point in time. Well, the taxes may be much higher. This may be the lowest that you've ever seen for taxes with the debt that we have there and all of the things that are going on. One of the things I didn't mention before that's going to have an impact on the opportunities that are available is deglobalization. We're getting away from what everybody got into years ago, which was being more globally involved, and that's starting to change. So opportunities are changing. But if you have a 401k or 403b, there's limits as to what you can do with those in those accounts. So you may want to look at what most of our students do. Set up a self-directed IRA where you can trade things like options and futures and Forex. They have leverage, and that's one of the ways that you have the potential to get these high returns. Take a small amount of money. Maybe, as an example, you could have an account with $2,000 in it and have the potential to control something worth $100,000. Now, that full $100,000 investment, that goes up, whatever percent it goes up, that's a significant amount of money compared to what you start out with in your portfolio. We show you how to do that.
So, Al, let me ask you this, though. People think, well, now I'm liable for $100,000. That's not how that works. It's just buying power, right?
It's buying power, right. And again, what I mentioned earlier, I think in the first or second segment, one of the most important things, in fact, the most important thing is risk management. You never want to enter into any kind of a position without risk management. So look at whatever your investment is, whatever the trade is, and what's the worst case scenario? And then let's control that. Let's address that. It's like you walking across the street. You don't just blindly walk out into a busy intersection without looking both ways or maybe waiting for a walk signal. You're controlling that risk. When you get in a car, you put your seatbelt on. When you see a stoplight, you stop. Most of you do anyways.
Well, they roll through it.
Yeah. But you control risk in your everyday life. You have to do that with your investments too. That's the number one thing we teach you, how to manage risk. Then the other part of it, which is the making money part, that becomes the easy part. But if you use these leveraged assets, you can have leverage which could be maybe 10 to 1 to could be 100 to 200 to 1. That's maximizing the value of every investment dollar you have and allows you to do it with a small amount of money up front in an account.
Yeah, I like how earlier you were just talking about, as your investment advisor, I mean, first off, the fees, there's always money taken out, but are they really doing what you need? Are they doing what you need them to do to get you to that retirement time? And, the retirement accounts, they're not doing well right now. Everybody you talk to, they say, oh, it's going down. I haven't gotten any returns in the last few years, and they're trying to retire. Mm-hmm. There's thousands and thousands, millions of people trying to retire right now, thousands in the metro area.
Yeah,
here in
and many more baby boomers that are just getting ready to go into retirement.
Yeah, so it's like, it's kind of people are being conditioned to think it's going to be okay, and then you get to that time, and everybody says, boy, I wish I would have done something different. And it kind of got me thinking. I just watched the movie Air about Michael Jordan and the shoe line and everything. And what happened is there was a time, the reason they got Nike got the contract for Michael Jordan and the Air Jordans is the representative. He went to mom's house and kind of talked to her, and he was really, really nice guy about it and everything. And he's like, I'm going to tell you exactly what they're going to tell you. And he's kind of spurred off kind of exactly what they're going to say, and she listened to it. Well, that's kind of what happens with brokers and advisors. Nothing against the people or anything, but the industry. They always tell you what they want you to hear. And I've been hearing this from a lot of people that are coming to the academy. I've been hearing the same exact things. Don't worry. Trust your advisor. It's going to be okay. And think of it this way. Al has a picture of a certain somebody on the desk here, and everybody has seen these before. They lean forward a little bit, and they lower their voice a little bit, and they whisper a little bit. I think we've seen these different interviews and different things on TV about that, and it makes you feel good. It's going to be okay. Trust your advisor. Well, it's not happening, right? So they make you feel good, and they're trying to lower their voice, leaning forward into the microphone, and really they're trying to sell you on something. And it's really giving your hard-earned money to a stranger to just hold it, where there's strategies and techniques for you to do it yourself. You just have to learn how to do that. And sometimes it takes a couple seconds to learn it. It takes a couple minutes, a couple days, whatever that may be. Everybody's different. But if you don't go and try, you will never learn, or you will never have that goal that you have. Because if you don't start somewhere, you're never going to have that ending or that promised land that you're searching for, especially in retirement. So in these investing classes, Al really dives into a lot about 401ks, IRAs, how to make smart investing decisions with those, especially protecting those as markets go down. I mean, a lot of people think we are going to have more of a drop in the market. Well, if you have that thought, why do nothing about it? Take action today and come into one of these investing classes and just be introduced to these strategies and techniques. It's free. It doesn't cost anything, so why not? It's a couple hours of your time. No big deal. Well, text in to the number 210-210 right now. Text investing to the number 210-210 for 2 seats for this class, and we'll introduce you to these concepts. It may be right for you. It may not be, but at least you'll know. Text the word investing to the number 210-210 for 2 seats. We got one more section to go here, and we're going to keep a little teaser here for you. I'm not going to tell you what's coming up next, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.